Hello, good morning, and welcome back to another edition of The Good, The Bad, The Ugly, The Just Show brought to you by the Department in Howard Vapors. Now, this is part 2 of my review on the Grinny Heaths Shortfill range. The three I'll be looking at today will be See You Around Like a Donut, Girl Named Sue, and last but not least, Slinging a Benson Down Regent Street. Have got to state for the record, any views or opinions you hear during this review are mine and mine alone. I've not been paid to do this review. I did not pay for the product. The product was very kindly sent to me by the guys at Grinny Heath for review purposes. Also got to state for the record, any individual tastes, setups, and of course power levels will alter what you get from a juice. I can only personally tell you what I'm getting myself. My weapon of choice today will be the Geek Fake Blade, and that has got the Lush Dripper dual cooled to 0.25. I've gone through labels, bottles, and all the safety features on that in part 1, so I won't go through that again. I'll just crack on with the review. Now, the first one I'm going to be doing is See You Around Like a Donut. Once again, I've got to say this again, I absolutely adore the labels on these. They're absolutely beautiful. I love this type of label. And it just shows that you don't have to be childish, immature, or ride basically on the tailcoats of other companies when doing your labels and doing your names. So, yeah, major credit for these labels. Anyway, on to the review, which I know can't do. There we go. Childproof. Superb. Yeah, we're moist. Anywho, right, we're going to start off at 3.7 volts, as always. And that's 55.9 watts. Here we go. And before I go on, just in case you weren't around for part 1, I've got to say that all liquids today are around about a 70-30 VG-PG blend, and because a nick shot has been added, they're at 3 milligrams. What's it like? No throat hit. This is a very, very smooth vape. It goes in so easily and exhales really, really nicely. Clouds, as you can see, well, you just about see me now. The clouds are absolutely superb. Flavour-wise, at the moment, this is a very, very nice vanilla custard donut. Get that little element of like the sugar-coated donut. It's really nice, and then you've got the smooth vanilla custard just coming on midway through the inhale and lasting through the exhale. There is a back note of raspberry at the end of the exhale, which I'm assuming might get stronger as I go up on the temperature and the power watts. It is a very nice donut, I've got to say this. There are a few companies out there that still can't do donut. It comes out a bit burnt, and it's a bit like it's been left in the fryer for a bit too long. There's a bit too much of a tang on it. But this is, and it goes in really nicely with that smooth vanilla custard. So a little back note of raspberry at the end is a nice touch. But I've got a feeling that that'll be going up. The flavour you're left afterwards, after you finish that exhale afterwards, is just a freshly cooked, slightly sugared, it's not overly sugared donut. I do like donut anyway, so that does help, but that's been done well. Right, I'm going to go up to 4 volts, or 65 watts. Still got that donut in my mouth. It's going to be one of those ones that's going to make you lick your lips, like you do when you have a sugary donut anyway, because you get the sugar on your lips and it tastes on the tongue everywhere. Where your tongue touches, you get that nice sugary hit again. Here we go. Going up, there's a little bit of extra power there. The raspberry comes in there. There's A raspberry glaze taste comes in as well. That comes in more with the donut at the beginning. Then you get the vanilla custard. It's kind of pushed the vanilla custard back a little bit. Oh, it is a lip smacker because of that slightly sugared effect. Put a little bit more on that. Oh, you got that raspberry glaze mixed in with the sugary donut, and that's a lovely combination. I could have been happy just at that, but the added bonus of that vanilla custard, so you've got a custard donut and a raspberry glazed donut all rolled into one. Oh, it's a literal mouthful of heaven. It is really, really gorgeous. Definitely, if you're a fan of your dessert flavours, give this one a little go. This is actually really good. The lasting flavour you now have in your mouth is vanilla. Is basically a custard donut. So you kind of got your glaze going in donut, then you've got your vanilla custard donut going out with just a little bit of raspberry still dancing around that. This is superb. And I'm quite happy to say it's still as good as when they were in their 10ml TCP compliant bottles. TCP? TCP? TPD compliant bottles. It's a Sunday, please forgive me. Right, we're going to go up to 4.2 now, which is now 71.6 watts. If my camera ever decides to stop being a dick. Yeah, there it is. 71.6 watts. Oh, wow. Right. This juice is a power whore. The more power you give it, the better it gets. Everything hits at once at 4.2. About that 70 watts range for this Atty I've got built on here. You get the raspberry glaze, you get the vanilla custard, you get the donut, and it all hits in one. Like you just take a big old gobful of it. The raspberry's now lasting through to the end on the exhale as well. So basically, what you're breathing in is what you're breathing out. And it really does fill the mouth with an arraignment of flavours. Absolutely gorgeous. Cannot fault that at all. Any donut fans out there, get yourself a bottle of that. That is absolutely stonking. Oh. Oh, I could just sit here and do the rest of the review just puffing on this. We'll give it a quick blowout, and then I shall move on to the next one, which is a girl named Sue. And also, wicks are white as hell for a custard juice, which is how it should be. Still having it when I get juice from some companies, and then I look at my wicks afterwards, and it looks like something that I should have been poking out of my trainer tread with a stick. Like, these child proofs are really good. Here we go. A girl named Sue. Going back down to 3.7. Well, now 55.8 watts. Here we go. Ooh. I forgot about this one actually. There's a flavour in this that I haven't tasted from a lot of juices as of late. That is a rather nice peach. Actually, it's the dominant flavour. Still no fruit here as well, which is bonus. But there's the dominant flavour of peach, and it is one. I always like it. It's kind of a soft. I've got it like a huggy fruit. It's kind of like it's like a nice hug when you have a decent peach. And the peach in this is really, really good, especially at this low down. You do get little hints of mango and a juice, a slightly juicy pineapple in there as well. But the main predominant one is this absolutely gorgeous peach. Cool. Oh, that's really good. I'm quickly going to go up because I want to see if these other flavours come out on this one. We'll go up to 4 volts. Or 65.2 watts. That peach is so light, it does kind of blast out the other two at that level. That is such a good peach, I don't care. Oh. Here we go. 65.2 watts. Going up, the flavour just completely changes. You get more of a mango. And that peach, which reminds me of something I used to have when I first started. Oh, was it Alien E-Liquids or something like that? I can't remember. It was from the States. It was like a 90 VG, 10 PG from the States. And right in the early days, it was one of the first that did a really high VG juice. And they had a peach and mango. And I absolutely adored it. And this reminds me a lot of that. But this now got that added bonus of that slightly juicy pineapple going through it as well. As I going up, that mango comes through a lot clearer now and a lot stronger, mixing with the peach, which is a lovely flavour anyway, and that pineapple as well is just an added bonus. This is a vape I could quite happily do any point of the day. I like my fruity vapes. I am a fruity vapor. You probably gathered that from a lot of the reviews I do anyway. That is rather bloody nice. Cool. It's a nice one to relax to. It's got the tropical elements, but that peach combination with the mango works so well. Here we go. We've got about 71.6 or 4.2 volts. You can't see in this room. Cloud production is really superb on this one. It is a very good VG in here. Cool. Mango and peach is really such a good combination. Going higher up, the pineapple starts to come into play a lot more. There's a lot more of a... Man, you can't fucking see. There's a lot more of a juicy end to this now. That pineapple really does come alive with the temp. It's not... Well, actually, it's a bit weird now. At the beginning, you're still getting that lovely peach and mango. The peach has died. It's died down a little bit on the inhale, but the flavour you got left at the end, that is a pineapple exhale. But the flavour you've got in your mouth, all three of them combined, and it lasts a hell of a long while. I mean, you're still getting it now, and you get the mango, then you get the peach, and a little bit of pineapple, and then you get a combination of those in your mouth. This is absolutely superb. Any fan of the fruity vape, give that one a go. A girl named Sue. Oh. I mean, one thing, I've done 5 juices now, and I've got to say, the one thing I'm happy with and impressed with is they've kept the quality of what they were. And I say there's too many companies out there that rushed to bang out because they went, hang on, we ain't got to do anything with the TPD here. We can actually just get these out into a bigger form, which is what the people out there want. And a little bit of care and quality control seem to have gone down the pan. I'm happy to say that hasn't happened with these juices. If anything, I've got to say that was actually slightly better than it was in TPD form. Because there's such an explosion of fruit flavours in your mouth, which work and play quite happily with each other. I'm really impressed with that. Right, I'm going to have a quick blowout. Literally cannot see in this front room at the moment. Now I'm going on to slinging a Benson Down Regent Street. Now this is their take on an RY4. I received a few complaints after I did the review last time Because in the 10mm form, I did say that this is better than Boom Juice's Oliver Twist. And apparently I upset a few fanboys on that one. If we were... So I'll be interested to see if this is still as good. Don't get me wrong, I like Boom Juice. I like Oliver Twist. Oliver Twist, I did fall in love with and may have gone through many millilitres of. But then I got this as a review, and I had to go buy Boom Juice. This just blew out the water, in my opinion. But anyway, we're going to start off at 3.7 again. Now, 55.8 watts, and I'm going to burp, and I really do apologise for this, because it's very unprofessional. Excuse me, moving on. Here we go, 3.7. That's it. Prick me with a fork, I'm done. Oh. Anyone's not familiar, RY4 is traditionally like a vanilla, maybe caramel tobacco. Boom Juice, Oliver Twist kind of taken that on and then added like a nutty edge to it. And it was one of the first juices that kind of like really surprised me, because up to that point I wasn't a fan of tobacco ones. I couldn't do them. Once I initially, when I first started vaping to get off smoking, I was on like gold and silver and stuff like that. I was on tobacco flavours, which helped. And then about a month in, my taste buds decided to come back, and I actually started to taste, basically, because they used to put something in it called, I think it was D&B, which is just basically a dirty ashtray flavour to give it the feeling like you just had a cigarette, give that taste, that tang, that. And when my taste buds come back, I just went, oh God, what the have I been doing for 21 years? But then over time, there were some flavoured tobaccos come out, and they also went more for the taste of pure tobacco, not mixed in with hundreds of shitty chemicals that the cigarette companies put into it, tobacco. And I kind of got a little bit more respect for it again. And this one was the first one that made me go, oh, do you know what? I really should maybe give some of these tobacco flavours a try, because there's some bloody good ones out there. And they're still there. You've still got that pure tobacco taste at the beginning, but it's mixed. On that initial inhale, it's mixed with a bourbon. You've got that slight bourbon twang to it, which sweetens it. It's a sweet bourbon, so that sweetens the tobacco, which is really, really nice. That's on your inhale. On the exhale, you get a lovely, subtle blast of nuts to the back of your throat. And you can make any comments you want about what I just said there. But you do. You get a combination of definitely pecan, and there's an edge of hazelnut in there as well. But you could clearly distinguish the two types of nuts that are going on in your mouth there. I just want to do a review about an innuendo, and I fucked it up. But you do get a nice twang of that, and that bourbon does. But it's not enough to give you a spirit burn like some of these juices that have got spirit flavours in them. You go, oh God, feels like I've just like downed a rough old whiskey. You don't get it subtly, and it blends in nicely with everything that's actually going on in your mouth at the time. So just a slightly sweetened tobacco bourbon mix at the beginning. Then just at the end of the inhale and the end of the exhale is when you get the nuts, which does work very well in it. Just trying to have a look at something here. This is what I would class as your after dinner vape. If you were a smoker, you know what we always used to do. We used to eat and then we'd run outside and have a cigarette. This is like a really posh after dinner for the smokers. So if you remember that, yeah, slinging a Benson Down Regent Street. I mean, I'm going to go up now. There is another flavour subtly playing around in the background. Kind of a... I'll do this at 65 watts at 4 volts. There's another flavour playing around. It's darting in and out of the flavour. Here we go. Got it. There's a slight bakery tone on the inhale, which is mixed with the bourbon and the tobacco. Gives it a more fuller flavour. So it's still got those lovely nuts at the end. Really can't fault it. And like I say, you give me up to probably about a couple of years ago, 2.5 years ago, me and tobacco weren't friends. We really weren't. As soon as someone said, "Oh, can you do a tobacco review?" I was like, "Oh, yes, I'll do it." But if I pull a face, it's not necessarily the quality of your juice that's doing it. It's because I can taste dirty ashtray. But they've got so good now, and this one really is. I mean, or obviously, if you're not a fan of tobacco, this one isn't going to be for you. But if you want to try something that's a little bit different, or you were a fan of a twist, give this one a go. You will be pleasantly surprised. It really is a full-rounded RY4 variation. It is a sit in your chair after you've had a meal vape, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Thoroughly. Got to go up to 4.2. As I say, going up that extra little bit, it did bring out the slight bakery notes a bit more. It does give it a more fuller flavour. It was nice low down with that sweet tobacco and the bourbon, but with those bakery notes also coming into play as well, yeah, it gives it a more satisfactory vape. Right, here we go. 71.6 or 4.2 volts. Weirdly, it goes a bit sweeter, higher up. The bakery tone does come into it a lot more. That does give it a very sweet edge to the tobacco. Still got those nuts on the end, but not to so much of a degree. The tobacco bourbon edge, the bakery bourbon edge of it, kicks in a lot more higher up than it does lower down. So it's another one that you can play with and actually just dial it in to where you're happy with on that flavour. Well, that brings me to the end of part 2. If you have enjoyed what you've watched today, please like, share, comment, and of course subscribe to the channel. And I shall be back really, really soon with some more reviews. Take care, people.